welcome to my kitchen. My name is Cheri, and today we're going to be making jelly from Wildflowers. But before I get started, if this is your first time here, you love food, you love fun, you love unique recipes, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss anything new. All right, so you might be asking yourself, well, what does wildflower jelly taste like? And what kind of wildflowers do I need? So if I had to describe the jelly, you know, other than spring in a jar, I guess, I would say it tastes like a flower and honey because it's sweet. And as far as what kind of wildflowers you need, you can use just about any kind of edible wildflower. My two favorite are dandelions and the wild violets because they grow right in my backyard. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously go out and pick yourself some flowers. Now, if you're going to use the wild violets like I'm going to use, this is what you're looking for. And like I said, these grow right in my backyard. Now, obviously, when you pick your flowers, you want to make sure that you're picking them from an area where there hasn't been any pesticides or any of this stuff going on. And you also want to make sure you're pulling from an area of your yard where this guy or anyone like him has been roaming. Okay, so once you have all your flowers, now I made this jelly last year, and all of the recipes I saw called for anywhere between 2 and 8 cups of wildflowers. So I feel like 2 is the minimum. 4, any more than 4, you're just kind of wasting your time picking the flowers. I really think 2 to 4 is a good amount. And I stuck with 2 cups because I got tired of picking yesterday for 1. And for 2, my yard just didn't have as many this year as it did last year. So once you have your 2 to 3 to 4 cups of violets, you're going to go ahead and place them in a container. And because that's all I picked, I've already done this step. You're going to place them in a container and you're going to take 2.5 cups of boiling water and you're going to pour it right over the top. And then you're just going to set your container in the fridge and let it steep. So basically you're making kind of like a tea or a herbal infusion. And after it steeps, I leave it in there overnight. You can do this like up to 24 hours. You're going to see like a blue to green to purple, mostly blue, I guess, liquid in here. And we're going to go ahead and strain this through this little mesh thing here. So all you need to do is strain it with whatever you have. We're just taking our flowers out of that. And the one thing I forgot to mention is you want to pull the stems off. You don't want the stems in there. So I should have just about 2.5 cups here. All right, now to this, I'm going to add the juice of 1 lemon. And the cool thing is you would think adding like the lemon juice to this bluish color mixture, you know, yellow and blue, you think would make green, but actually it's going to turn it a purple color. Oh my gosh. That really stings. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I can't see. I really can't open my eye. That's the first time I've done that. Okay. Next part. We're going to have to do this with one eye closed. But look, it already turned. Almost did it upside down. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we're getting a little better. Look at that beautiful purple color, though. What I can see of it, anyway. Isn't that pretty how it turns purple? So this is going to be the color of our jelly. All right, so we have our lemons in there. Now, I'm going to do this in my Pampered. I probably look like a mess. I probably got mascara running down my face and everything. I'm going to do this in my Pampered Chef cooking blender, but you can do this right on the stovetop and you would just boil it like you normally would. I am going to put the recipe to do it both ways in the description below. And I'll also put the recipe for the dandelion jelly if you want to use dandelions instead. So I'm just going to add all of this to my mixture. I mean, to my mixer, not my mixture, my blender. My blender, that's what I need to say. And then we're going to add 1 box of pectin to this, which looks like it's already half open. Boy, I'm having a time today, aren't I? There's a hole in here. Well, hopefully I still have enough pectin. I got half of it on the counter. All right, so once I have my pectin added, I'm just going to go ahead and replace my lid. Now, if you're doing this on the stovetop, this is the part where you're going to bring it up to a boil. But I'm going to let my Pampered Chef Deluxe Cooking Blender do it for me because this is my favorite part of this blender is how easily it makes jelly and jams. So I just want to turn it on and make sure it's on the jam setting. And then I'm just going to push start, and then in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, it's going to have me add the sugar. So I'm telling you, this is so simple. All right, so our blender just beeped. It is letting us know to add the sugar, that it's at the second stage now. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my lid And I am going to add in 3½ cups of sugar. Now, another thing that you can add in, which I did, and I did it right before I hit the start button the first time, was I added a drop of blue food coloring and a drop of red food coloring. And I just did that because I wanted to have a little bit more of the purple color to it. I really would have liked to had, 4 cups of the violets, but I only had 2, and I think it would have made it a stronger purple color. So that's just optional. If you like the lighter color, you can just leave it out. So I'm going to go ahead and replace my lid. Now, if you were doing this on the stove, as soon as it comes up to a boil, that's when you're going to add your sugar, and then you're going to let it boil for 2 minutes longer. But because I am doing this in my blender, it is going to do all the work for me. So all I have to do now is hit the button again. Okay, our blender just beeped for the second time, letting us know it is finished. And I got to tell you, I just love making jelly or jam in here because I don't have to worry about any of the skimming or any of the ladling. I just pour it straight out of the pitcher. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off of here. Remove my lid, and usually it saves me from burning myself. Usually. So you want to make sure that you have your jars ready to go. This is going to yield about, I would say, let's see if I'm right here, but I'm going to guess 5 half pints. So I've got 4 here, and then I've got a couple of the smaller jars. And, oh man, we may have to, let's see, I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one because it's prettier. Let's see if we have enough in there. Oh, just about. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my lids on here. And now normally I would put these in a canning bath and I would can them. But because I'm probably just going to give these away and tell people to use them up right away or freeze them. That's the other thing. You can freeze them and they'll last a while, but you can just put it in the fridge and it'll last, I'd say, a month or 2. As long as it's not growing any mold on top, we're probably pretty good. So if you love making jelly, you definitely got to try this wildflower thing because it's not just yummy, it is fun, right? And if you don't enjoy picking flowers, you can always make the kids go do it. They like to pick flowers, right? And if you like to make jelly, you really ought to check out this blender. I am going to put the blender, not the description, but I'm going to put the link to the blender in the description below, along with the recipes. One thing else I forgot to mention is the wildflowers. Last year I used those to decorate cakes and cupcakes, and I thought they were super, super cute. But anyway, let me know what you think about this recipe in the comments below. I will see you again tomorrow, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.